Hello everyone, I'm John Higgins. This is PNG Tonight. Coming up, a report on yesterday's cabinet reshuffle announced by Prime Minister Peter O'Neill, and one of those who came under the reshuffle, Justin Tichenko, talks about his added Ministry of Tourism, how he wants to revolutionize that industry. Also, Papua New Guinea to assist Tonga with its venues for the next Pacific Games. It's been a move that Prime Minister Peter O'Neill deliberately deferred over the past 3 years. That's because a cabinet reshuffle has the potential to cause instability, a dreaded outcome in any government. But Mr. O'Neill said challenges facing the country necessitated minor changes in cabinet. Dr. Sawan reports.
Minor changes to cabinet positions are important in the Westminster system. But it's one move that Prime Minister O'Neill was not too keen in doing over the last 3 years.
Ministerial reshuffles has created instability in many departments, instability in policies that will guide our governments, and as a result, a lot of work of government has been in a disarray for many years. Because of that experience, I have deliberately tried to enable stability in the ministries so that ministers can be able to work closely with their departments and try and achieve the outcomes that the government wants for our people and for our country.
But times have changed, compelling him to do so. Yesterday, he made the announcement on the minor cabinet reshuffle of key portfolios.
As Prime Minister, I will take on the responsibility of the autonomous region of Bougainville. Honorable Ben Micah, one of our most senior ministers, will move from public enterprise to becoming Minister for Petroleum and Energy. He has got the task of delivering those key important economic projects. He has the task of managing Kumul Petroleum Holdings Company, that is one of our biggest investments in the country. And he has the task of managing our Kumul Mineral Company that is going to be under his care so that we can be able to put these companies in the right direction over time. Also, I want to announce that Minister William Duma will take over as a responsibility of the public enterprise and state investments. All the other state investments will come under his charge. And Mr. Nixon Duman will go into Minister for Transport and Infrastructure. Today I also want to announce that Honorable Justin Tichenko will take over the responsibility of tourism while Minister Bokatondra is going through his leadership tribunal issues. And while he is resolving those, Minister Tichenko will take charge of this. As many of you know, Minister Tichenko has a good success rate of delivering challenging projects like the South Pacific Games after being 3 years behind. So we want to take advantage of tourism. It's got a huge potential in the country, and we are hoping that the new minister will set some directions to that. Minister Stephen Kama will be assisting the Prime Minister on constitutional matters. As we all know, Minister Kama has got some personal reasons that he needs to attend to, particularly medical reasons. We wish him a speedy recovery, and we look forward to working with him when he resumes duty in the near future.
The new composition comprised senior cabinet ministers. The Prime Minister has good reasons for this rearrangement in cabinet. Papua New Guinea today is facing economic challenges brought on by the global economic depression.
We've got two great challenges that I see, particularly for this year and next year. One is the challenges of the management of our economy. And many of you know that many of these challenges are brought about by the global events and global economy being depressed, and again the global commodity prices have been depressed. As a result of that, our economy will continue to face challenges over the next few months and of course well into 2017. But our responsibility as a government is to manage those challenges so that we can be able to live within our means without disrupting many of the agendas of government.
The country too needs to fast-track the development of major important projects underway, like the second liquefied natural gas project, Papua LNG, led by Total SA, and the Pinyang gas field by ExxonMobil, among others. These projects are very important to the well-being of the country, and Mr. O'Neill pointed out that most senior ministers need to take charge of the key portfolios and manage the challenges.
And one of the main challenges is to try and bring some of the projects that we have in the pipeline into full development stage, especially in the petroleum and mineral and energy sector. That is why today we make some changes that will give us some level of comfort that we want to conclude many of these particular agreements as quickly as possible, so that we can put more jobs, more Papua New Guineans into jobs over the next few years, so that they can also continue to grow the economy and have their living standards continue to improve.
Bougainville affairs will continue to be a top priority for the national government. Prime Minister O'Neill will now take on the responsibility with assistance from Stephen Kama to ensure arrangements in place with the region, like peace-building process, continues, as well as delivery of other basic services.
We must make sure that the autonomous arrangements that we are having with Bougainville continue. The peace agreement that we have signed with Bougainville and the people, good people of Bougainville, it must be implemented to its fullest. And that needs us to spend a bit more time making sure that we work closely with the leaders of Bougainville, more particularly the people of Bougainville. I want to stress here again that our government's efforts over the past 3 years is commendable. No government has ever invested much time in Bougainville than we have. Today we are able to build new infrastructures, deliver services that has never been heard of in the past 20 years, and we are able to open key infrastructure programs that are now opening up opportunities for the people of Bougainville.
Despite the challenges faced by the country now, Mr. O'Neill reiterated that our economy is still on the right track. The Prime Minister further reassured the country that the government will continue to deliver on its priorities.
Our government's priority has been well defined, clearly stated to the nation when we formed government in 2012. That is that we will continue to invest in education, continue to invest in health, continue to invest in law and order, continue to invest in infrastructure.
Dokas Sawan reporting there. After the break, we talked to one of the ministers affected by the reshuffle, Sports Minister Justin Tchenko, who is now also the Tourism Minister.